Drowsy driving accidents in New York. Why fatigue can cost you your claim. If you've ever caught yourself dozing at the wheel, you know that feeling. For many people, fatigue seems like a harmless inconvenience, but when it causes a collision, it threatens more than just your safety. In 2023, the New York Governor's Traffic Safety Committee reported more than 5,000 car crashes and injuries caused by drivers who nodded off or were exhausted, and nearly 2,000 crashes the year before. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration recorded hundreds of fatalities and warns that these official figures likely represent only a fraction of drowsy driving accidents because fatigue is notoriously underreported. With insurers eager to blame tired victims, understanding the risks and the law is essential to protect your right to recover. Fatigue isn't just a feeling, it is a form of impairment that slows your reactions and clouds your judgment. Research from the AAA Foundation and National Safety Council estimates that drowsy driving contributes to as many as 6,400 deaths every year and plays a role in about 21% of fatal crashes. Driving while awake for more than 20 hours produces impairment similar to a blood alcohol level of 0.08%, the legal intoxication limit. This means that your ability to judge distances, perceive hazards and respond quickly may be as compromised as if you were legally drunk. Groups most at risk include young drivers, shift workers, commercial drivers and new parents. Drowsy driving isn't singled out as a criminal offense under New York law, but that doesn't mean it's excusable. Most car accident cases are governed by negligence, where drivers owe a duty to act reasonably and prevent foreseeable harm. When a motorist knows they are too tired to drive safely and proceeds anyway, the delayed reactions and micro-sleeps that follow are foreseeable and they breach their duty of care. Evidence that someone drifted across lanes or fell asleep at the wheel can prove negligence, making them liable for the injuries they cause. By contrast, reckless driving, defined under Vehicle and Traffic Law Section 1212 as operating a vehicle in a manner that unreasonably endangers others, constitutes a misdemeanor. A conviction for reckless driving can establish negligence per se, meaning the violation itself proves fault and significantly helps victims by relieving them of having to prove the careless driver's behavior. New York's comparative negligence rule means that even if you were somewhat tired or shared responsibility, you may still recover damages. Under CPLR Section 1411, any compensation will be reduced by your percentage of fault, so even a driver who was 99% responsible could still collect the remaining 1%. This generous standard encourages insurers to look for any reason to shift blame. Adjusters will comb through statements and social media to find comments like, "I was exhausted," and use them to argue that your fatigue contributed to the crash. If they persuade a jury that you were 25% at fault, your award is cut by a quarter. That's why it's vital to avoid discussing the accident casually and to work with a lawyer who understands these tactics. After a crash, focus on your health and the evidence. Seek medical attention immediately. Delays can make insurers claim your injuries weren't serious. Preserve evidence by photographing the scene, your vehicle and injuries, and gather witness names and contact information. Write down everything you remember, including your sleep schedule and what you were doing before the crash, because details fade quickly. Speak with a knowledgeable attorney soon. Lawyers can handle communications with insurers, investigate the accident and send formal letters to secure surveillance or other evidence before it disappears. And remember the golden rule: say little to insurers. Something as simple as, "I didn't sleep much," can be twisted to reduce your compensation. Drowsy driving accidents are challenging, but you still have rights. When another driver's fatigue caused your injuries, or if your tiredness played a role but you still suffered because of someone else's negligence, the law doesn't automatically bar your claim. With early action to preserve evidence and the help of an attorney who understands New York's negligence standards, you can pursue compensation for medical bills, lost wages and pain and suffering. The Kucher Law Group at 463 Pulaski Street, Suite 1C in Brooklyn has helped New Yorkers navigate car accident cases and holds negligent motorists accountable. If you were hurt because someone fell asleep at the wheel, call them at 929-563-6780 today to discuss your case. Your time is limited, and the sooner you take action, the sooner you can get the compensation you deserve.